Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I'm James and you're watching Blue Dog Aquatics. Now today what we're going to do is we're actually talking about community tanks and what type of fish you can have in a community tank. Now typically what community is harmonious. It means that all the fish are going to live very happy together. There's not going to be any tail ripping, any bites, any deaths, any fights, etc. And that is doing it so they can live a long and happy life. Now, as you guys can see here, we have albino tiger barbs. These guys have gotten big. We also have the silver tip tetras in the background there. And then we have a couple of pearl danios in here. You can see them right there. But back in the old days, I remember when I first got into tanks, tiger barbs, man, they were mean. They were out of their mind. And I've typically figured out over the years is that if you only have one, it's going to show aggression because it's scared. That's the awesome thing about schooling tanks or schooling fish is that you have 3 to 5 of each type of fish. And if it's a schooling fish, it doesn't even have to be friends with or the same kind of fish as it's, let's say we have the pearl danio and the silver tips. There doesn't have to be 3 or 5. As long as they're schooling fish, that boy's gonna jump into his school so that he feels safer in numbers. But community tanks are all about balance. Whether you want bottom dwellers or top dwellers, it all comes down to what type of environment. Now, take this tank for example. We have guppies. Lots and lots of guppies. And guppies are kind of all over the place, but most of the time they are top dwellers. So they're going to spend a lot of the time, and they're making me liars right now because they're hanging out at the bottom. Hungry. No. But these guys are kind of weird. They're yeah. And I think they're picking up remnants of food. I think that's what they're doing. But most of the time, your guppies are going to be towards the top of the tank. But what we also have in here are red phantom tetras. And they do just fine because they are in numbers. Now down here, again, this is another community tank. And everybody lives just fine together. And it's crazy because we have blue zebra pearl danios, that's the silver ones. And then you have the red mosaic guppies. And then obviously, we have snails and cleanup crews. But then you get into an even crazier community tank. I'm trying to show you the diversity of, you don't just have to have a few. You can have quite a few different species. And here's a key example. So this is another guppy tank, but we also have a rainbow fish. There's another one. We have a gold nugget pleco who is just doing his own thing. It was crazy. I was watching him the other day and he was just, there was a snail in the glass and he was just like going around the snail. It was hilarious. But, and then we also have a rummy nose rasbora. There's only one in here. No, not you guys, but he likes to hide toward the back. But we also have otocinclos, or otocinclus, which are algae eaters right there. So you can have a big selection of fish in your community tank. Now, there are different types of community tanks. Now, these tanks that I'm showing you right now, these are friendly tanks and friendly tank mates. Now, when you get down into the electric blue Jack Dempsey, you notice that he doesn't have many friends in here. But there is a bicher, or bashir, however you want to pronounce it, somewhere in here. He likes to hang out, unless he got sold. Nope, he's still in here. It's an armored bashir. But there's not a lot of fish because either he'll pick on them or the bashir will. Now, let's go over to another tank. Now, you see, we have peacock cichlids, and you see the little cupid cichlid. He likes to be a little boy, and so he is in here by himself. But we have baby peacocks in here. We had iridescent sharks in here with them, and they were doing just fine. Another type of community tank. These are all rainbows and cats and flagfish. But typically you want to keep the same genus or the same size fish together. So if you're going to do like, let's come over here. Our Oscars. So we have Oscars in here. We also have, oh man, of course they're not going to be out. We have the Poland's. I can see. Oh, there's one of the Oscars. We have the Poland's cichlid, and I'm trying to open the top to see if they'll come out. The Oscars are like, okay, I'll come out. But the other ones, so if you don't know what they are, go ahead and look them up, because these guys are going to be difficult today. But it's POLLEN''S. It's a type of cichlid, and they're very, very beautiful. I really wish that they were out right now, but I guarantee you they're right underneath that rock. But because they're different types of cichlids, they can, well, the Poland's are a type of cichlid, and the Oscars are obviously Oscars, but they're predatory fish, and so they're holding their own, they're doing their thing, and they're living harmoniously. Over here you have peacock cichlids. Peacock cichlids, well, they're kind of doing their own thing because they're all big, and they got removed from the big paludarium, which they're not thrilled about, but the big paludarium is being redone right now. But then you get into guys like this. This is a giant white gourami, and you notice he's in there by himself, because as this boy gets bigger, he will grow to 2 feet in length, and he will eat anything that will fit in his mouth. So communities are all about harmony. These guys are some of my favorites. These are rainbow shiners. These guys like cold water. But like I said, you know, it's all about harmony when it comes to communities. You have to do your research to make sure that the types of fish you are crossing or putting in the same tank are going to live together in peace. If you don't, well, then you're going to end up with a bloodbath. Like you have, can anybody guess what that is? Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there he is. Leave us a comment down below. See if you can tell me what this is. I'll give you a hint. His first 2 words are red tail. But he's not a catfish. So what is he? Yeah, there's another one. And with our mollies and our swordtails. And then we have, look, German blue ram. Hi, buddy. How's it going? So, if you're thinking about doing a community tank, just be mindful. Do your research. I always recommend schooling fish because A, it provides a lot more movement in the tank, and B, it just looks pretty. You don't want to overcrowd, and you're like, how are you keeping a beta in? Well, if you would like, we can do a video on that, on how we keep betas with other fish, and how the fish leave them alone, and how the beta leaves them alone. But, yeah, guys, I hope this helped out, giving you kind of an idea of what fish go with what. Quite simply, if you have reservoirs, they can go with just about anything. If you have guppies, they can go with other guppies or endlers or swordtails or mollies, or I mean, the list goes on and on. And like I said, when you get, oh, look at it's a cute little peacock baby. If you get into the predator fish, you need to make sure to do your research, because if you get too aggressive fish, they'll go toe to toe with each other. So if you enjoyed this video, guys, make sure to hit that thumbs up, and Make sure to subscribe to our channel. Our channel is growing so much each and every day, and that is thanks to you guys. Oh, look, he's actually out. This is a pistograma. I'm probably saying that wrong. He's a little thin. We didn't even realize he was in here because the other two that just sold were honestly beating the crap out of him. And so he was hiding back there, and we didn't see him till here recently. We're like, oh, hi, buddy. But I really hope this, guys. I really hope it helped. If you're new to this channel, like I said, sorry, ADHD. Please consider subscribing. We bring you new and exciting videos and content every single Monday. We do have, and we did have a comment from from a subscriber that wanted us to do an update on the mangrove monitor, and next week that is exactly what we are covering. I want to get a little bit further on the project that I'm working on right now before I do that video, and it'll be kind of a sneak preview of it, so make sure to check that out. And then over on our Blue Dog Reptiles channel, if you haven't checked that out, that one's also growing so much. So if you love care guides to reptiles and just seeing cute and adorable reptiles, then make sure to stop over, say hi. And yeah, guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in. All of this is because of all of you, and so I want to say thank you for that. And the big question, as always, do you know what it is? 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 It's your tank or mine.